Hello, Richmond County residents. This is Celeste Gotell coming to you from the Senior Center Without Walls for Richmond County with the October 11th to the 18th edition of What's Happening. It's a busy week ahead, so it's going to take me a few minutes to get through all the activities that are going on in the coming week. Let's start on Saturday, the 11th. The Dr. Kingston Community Health Center will be having their annual live auction and brunch, and that's from 12 till 4 p.m. at the Lordways Community Center. There's also an open house happening at the St. Peter's Fire Hall in St. Peter's from 11 a.m. till 2 p.m. There's lots of games and activities for the whole family with a barbecue hosted by the local firefighters. There's a maker swap happening in Javerns Island at the community center, and that's an opportunity to bring in some homemade goods. It starts at 1 p.m. and you bring what you make and then you leave with something new. So it's a bit of a swap. The Angel Fund is also having their spaghetti supper, and that's happening at the Acadiaville Hall in West Ayrshire. It's $15, and there's two seatings, one's at 4:30 and one's at 5:30. And then the day finishes off with a Celtic Colors event at La Picasse in Petit de Gras. It's called the French Connection. It's bilingual and it starts at about 7:30, so you'll want to call ahead to inquire about tickets for that particular event. That brings us to Sunday the 12th. So as we know, there's always a breakfast to be found somewhere in Richmond County, and the breakfast is happening at the Discoos Civic Improvement Hall, the Sunday Hungry Man's Breakfast from 8 till 11 a.m. Then there's going to be a harvest market taking place at the Johnstown Parish Hall, and that goes from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then a weekly 45 card game happening at the Terralyn Community Center in River Bourgeois, and that goes at starts at 2 o'clock. On to Monday the 13th. So Monday the 13th, of course, is Thanksgiving. It's a full day of things happening that day, but you will want to call ahead to make sure that it's actually happening. A couple of things I'm not entirely certain about, but ordinarily line dancing happens from 10 a.m. till noon at the West Bay Community Center. And the Richmond Artists Alliance Art Gallery in Discoos at the Civic Improvement Hall is open Monday to Friday from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. That's exhibiting all art from local artists throughout the county that are part of that organization. Now, the St. John's Centre for Arts in Ayrshire is having their Tales and Tunes, and that's part of Celtic Colours as well. It's a community event. It happens from 2 to 4 p.m., and it's $10 at the door. Richmond refreshments will be served. There's also an afternoon jam session, Kitchen Rackets afternoon jam session at 2 p.m. at the Bonnie Bray Seniors Club in St. Peter's. There's a tour that's going to be happening that's free for the Notre Dame Assumption Church in Ayrshire. So that's from 3 to 5 p.m. if you want to have a tour of the church there in Ayrshire. And then the CWL will be hosting an Acadian meat pie supper. There are two seatings for that. One's at 4 p.m. and one's at 5:30. And you can call Doreen for tickets at 631-2531. That evening, the St. George's Channel Hall will have their bi-weekly song circle from 6:30 to 9 p.m. Doors open at about 6. All levels of talent are welcome to join. On to Tuesday the 14th, the Jolly Cub will have their regular sewing group drop in at 7 a.m. in Lordways. And Richmond Literacy will be offering their digital wellness program at the Lordways Jolly Club from 9 a.m. till 11:45 a.m. And then the Richmond Literacy office in St. Peter's from 12:30 to 3:30. Now, the digital wellness program is something offered by Richmond Literacy with Arlene. It's an opportunity for you to get support with your laptop, cell phone, or your computer or tablet. Just call Arlene to make an appointment at Richmond Literacy. The Almadam New Horizons Seniors Club in Ayrshire will have a games day at 1:30. The Almadam Historical Society at Lenoir Forge is open from Tuesday to Friday from 1 to 5 p.m. They'll be wrapping up on October 18th. So just so that you know, if you wanted to drop in, they're open from Tuesday to Friday until 1 to 5 p.m. And you can drop in, check out their gift shop because some local artists have some things there that you might want to purchase for Christmas. Another Kitchen Rackets afternoon jam session at the Bonnie Bray Club at 2 p.m. in St. Peter's. The Almadam New Horizons Club will have their Pay Me event at 6:30 in Ayrshire. Now that's a card game. I'm not familiar with it, but apparently it's a card game. Couple more card games happening. The 45 card game at St. George's Channel Hall at 7:30, and the regular weekly card game at the Acadiaville Community Center Hall in West Ayrshire also at 7:30. That takes us to the 15th, Wednesday. Morning coffee, weekly coffee at the St. George's Channel Hall from 10 a.m. till 12 noon. And then there's going to be some seniors games happening at the St. Louis Parish Hall with the Fleur de Lis Club. That will start at 10 a.m. and then will be followed by a bingo. And if you want, you can bring your lunch along. So that sounds like a fun time. And then that afternoon, there's a line dancing happening. It's drop-in and it's at the St. Louis Parish Hall in Louisdale as well. Goes from 2 to 4 and the drop-in fee is $5. Arlene will be offering her digital wellness program again at the St. Peter's office from 8:30 to 9:45 a.m. And she'll be at the Louisdale Hall as part of the Fleur de Lis Club's offering from 11:30 till 2:30. So you could go to the Fleur de Lis Club's Louisdale Hall, check out the games, have bingo, get some support on your computer, and take your lunch along. Madame New Horizons Club has their 45 card game at 2 p.m. And then the Bonnie Bray Seniors Club at 2 p.m. will have their regular meeting in St. Peter's. That brings us to Thursday, the 16th. I told you there's lots going on. Regular coffee and conversation at the West Bay Center from 10 a.m. till 12 noon. And Arlene will be offering digital wellness program from 9 a.m. till 12 noon at the Richmond County Municipal Office in Ayrshire. Walking group starts at 11 a.m., weather permitting. It starts at the Dr. Kingston Center in Lordways. And the Johnstown Sewing and Handicraft group will be meeting at 1 p.m. at the Fire Department in Red Islands. That happens weekly. Everyone's welcome. Jolly Club will be having their monthly meeting in Lordways starting at 3 p.m. And there'll be a presentation by Rachel LeBlanc, the Senior Safety and Social Inclusion Coordinator at that meeting so you can check that out if you're in the area. And then on the 16th, in the afternoon, there's a new program underway called Support and Share. It's a program being offered in partnership with Bereaved Families Nova Scotia. And it's an opportunity for people that are experiencing grief to drop in. It's or to register in advance. It's from 1 to 2:30 at the Glenn Sampson Room, Grand Ferry Road in Louisdale. It'll be facilitated by myself and Sonia Morris. If you want to register, call Bereaved Families Nova Scotia at 902-564-6795, or you can go on their website and check out their calendar and register online if you prefer. So again, it's called Support and Share. It's an opportunity just to drop in. It's pretty informal, an opportunity just to share in your grief with others that have kind of walked that path as well. There's going to be a bilingual sewing program workshop at 6:30 p.m. And you got to pre-register in advance to take that. And that's at La Picasse Center in Petit de Gras. You can call them at 226-0149. Let's see, the Almadam New Horizons Club will have their beanbag toss at 7 p.m. in Ayrshire on Thursday evening, the 16th. And there's a 45 card game happening at 7:30 p.m. at the Disgoose Civic Improvement Hall. That's a weekly card game. That brings us to Friday the 17th. At the Petit de Gras Library from 2 to 4 p.m., you can drop in and participate in the Fiber Club. It's kind of an informal knitting and crocheting group. Come when you can. No need to register in advance. There'll also be, the doors will be open for what's called Doors Open for Churches, and that's at 1 p.m. It's at St. Peter's United Church in St. Peter's if you want to go in and check out that church. Again, that's part of the Celtic Colors. Once again, Kitchen Rackets afternoon will be happening a jam session at 2 p.m. at the Bonnie Bray Club in St. Peter's, and all of those are by donation. Then the monthly fish fry will be happening at the Royal Canadian Legion in Ayrshire from 4 to 6:30 p.m. It's eat in or take out, $16 for great fish and chips. And then that night, there will be a jam session at the New Horizons Club in Ayrshire, and that goes from 7 till 10 p.m. It's $5. It includes a light lunch. And washer toss will be happening at the Acadiaville Community Center Hall in West Ayrshire at 7:30 p.m. The week concludes on Saturday, the 18th, with a women's wellness retreat at La Picasse. It goes from 9 to 4 p.m. It's bilingual. It's $50 and it includes activities and a meal. And if you're interested, you can contact Jenny Party at 902-302-9723. So that's Jenny Party at 902-302-9723 if you're interested in learning more about the wellness retreat for women. There's going to be a gigantic flea market from 10 to 2 p.m. at the Tara Lynn Community Center in River Bourgeois. There's an artisans market at the St. Peter's Church Hall starting at 10 a.m. in St. Peter's. The Big Pond Fire Department Community Center will be having their fall market from 10 to 2 p.m. There's a brown bag seal and tea happening at 2 p.m. at the Grand River Seniors Club. And then the Legion Branch 150 will be having their 45 card game at 7 p.m. that night. And that's in support of the Poppy Trust Fund. I told you there was a lot going on this week. So on behalf of Seniors Take Action Coalition, thank you for joining me while I bring to you the this week's edition of What's Happening. Thanks to Tilio for their ongoing partnership. Thanks to the Department of Seniors and Long-Term Care, who funded the pilot project for the Senior Center Without Walls, and to the municipality who have provided us with funding so that we can continue on providing you with programs like this. Wishing you all a great week and happy Thanksgiving until we meet again.